All right, hi everybody, and welcome to another Green Square Talks Battlebots Proving Grounds interview. So, first one in a little while, but I'm here with Chad from Magnitude. How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing great right now. College basketball team beat a high-ranked opponent today, so yeah, always down for that, and then we get to come into another fun interview. So,
That's good.
So yeah, these interviews have been really fun so far, and I'm expecting this one will probably be no different. And including we got a cool looking robot to talk about here. So for the first question, then, for lots of the people out there that aren't aware of Magnitude, can you kind of like introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the design of the robot?
Yeah, so I'm Chad New. I'm team captain of Magnitude, and Magnitude is it's a six-wheel drive vertical spinner. So it's not a four-wheel drive, it's not a two-wheel drive, six-wheel drive. So we're totally different and unique in every way. Sort of, perhaps, maybe not. Um, and it's just me and a bunch of my friends that we wanted to build. Another robot, is it a little bit of the same? Absolutely. There's no denying that. But Magnitude is also very different. And the thing that we hold our hat on is just durability. So hopefully, Magnitude will be a good six-wheel drive vertical spinner that can, dish out punishment and take punishment for a full 3 minutes. So that's the goal anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that definitely dug into the second question I was going to ask, which was basically like what makes Magnitude unique. But it sounds like the fact that it's a six-wheel drive robot and definitely built to be durable would pretty much answer that question. And
Absolutely,
uh,
yeah. And we made it visually pleasing. We granted we may be a lot biased, but I do think that it looks really cool. I mean, it is a vertical spinner, but it looks really cool. The six-wheel drive brings a unique aspect into it, and again, the durability. So, Magnitude has a drive system that is more powerful than Tantrum and Blip. Aaron's robots are, amazing. They're the gold standard of, toughness. So we think that we have a drive system that rivals that and a weapon system that's more powerful than Copperheads. So hopefully we can combine, like the durability of a Team Tantrum, um, or what is his team name? Just Cuz, not Just Cuz.
uh,
Aaron's robots. Aaron and his
seems
team.
reasonable robotics.
That one. So his robots with coming from Colorado, it's a prerequisite. We have a vertical drum robot, so we know those. We know them well. We've been doing them since before they were a thing. So we have to have those two things, combine them together, and hopefully what comes out the end is something that's just a little bit better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm definitely one that's pretty well healed by the design of Magnitude because when I saw some of the initial pictures of it, like I like a lot of the geometry within that robot, and I think it looks really cool in general.
Thanks. It's
Uh,
just we want it to look fun.
oh yeah, absolutely. That's like a huge must. Gotta have at least a little fun with it.
And
Then
I have to interject too, or I have to add that the other thing that sets us different is not just the robot; it's the team. It's we're in large part just a team of kind of like goofballs that want to have fun. That if the robot gets destroyed, that's cool, but we have more than one, so we're going to throw it in there again, and that is a lot of fun. So it's just we're not too serious. Some people can get super serious. We just want to have a good time. Clyde Magnuson, you never know what he's going to do. He's the wild card, so he could pop up at any point with a can of chili, spill it in the robot. But we'll fix it. It's all good.
I think you and Craig Danby would get along very well. Not to mention, he actually did mention you at one point during that Slammo Apex interview. And yeah,
Craig's an awesome guy. I have so much respect for Craig. I've known Craig for I've been doing this a long time. And Craig's an A+ guy, and he always
100%.
has the Danby curse. His robots are like top notch, but it's just one of those. If you don't have bad luck, you don't have any luck at all, and just those little things that always get in the way of him having like a solid run at any event. But surely all of that bad luck is being washed away, and this next go around, I think Craig's due for a strong run.
Oh yeah, 100%. Slamo's been looking great so far, and not to mention Zaza did his top 10 Proving Grounds robots log and released number one today, and Slamo happened to be number one. And I'd agree,
Nice.
Slamo's definitely one of the robots who I think has been looking the best in Proving Grounds so far. But
Absolutely. I would love to go against Lamo and Craig. 'Cause just, I mean, A+ guys, A+ robot,
oh yeah, it'd,
excellent.
it'd be another excellent test for magnitude. Yeah, so next question then is Magnitude has been to Proving Grounds one weekend so far. We get to take on Hypershock. So obviously a big named robot. And can you kind of give us a little bit of a recap from those two matchups? And if there's anything you kind of changed about the robot in between Fight 1 and Fight 2 to improve it whatsoever,
Yeah,
what did you end up doing?
sure. So that that was an interesting one. Will and I, got together, and obviously the plan was to fight um, his flipping robot Vertigo. But when Will did what Will does and got a little bit ambitious and procrastinated a little bit too much, Vertigo didn't happen. And to be fair, Will did have, a very tragic loss in his family. So, definitely thoughts go out to him even now, months later, and his family and his awesome team. He lost his dad, super cool guy. So, no shade at all for having to fight Hypershock, but in that moment, we're like, really, Will? You're throwing a rookie robot to former, most destructive robot. It has all sorts of Battlebots hardware. We got to go up against Hypershock. Like, are you four-letter wording me? But ultimately, it was really good. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And Will and Hypershock and Alex are one of the best, hands down. So it was an honor and a privilege to fight them. The first fight was going really, really well until it wasn't. So what happened during that first fight? We had lots of good engagement. It was a good back and forth fight. They were kind of winning for a while. I think I was winning in the end. Ultimately, they were stuck in a little paddle flipper hootenanny guy. Um, and I kind of went in to knock him out. Um, that was the second time that we had run the robot complete. So, I will say with a minute left, we had run the robot for a total of 5 minutes. So we didn't know what it was going to do. When we first got to Proving Grounds, we threw it in the box. It was doing awesome. However, when we took it out, we realized that our battery situation was not ideal. We had two batteries. Um, and the configuration that I chose, which was totally bonehead move on my part, was causing them to heat up too much. Luke Quintal, Copperhead Captain, when he came out and was helping us program the robot because he's the castle whisperer and just all around awesome guy and handsome too. Luke, thought that might be a problem, and sure enough, it was. So, ultimately, we were winning that fight, pumped him out, battery desoldered on the inside. So something inside one of the batteries let go, and then we got counted out with like 1 second left, I think. So, we hung in there the whole time and lost with 1 second left. That was a huge bummer. Going into the second fight, nothing was damaged. Everything was fine other than our wheels. So the material that I used to make the wheels was way too soft, and we were scrubbing, like we were losing diameter with every movement. So we swapped out a fresh set of tires, and then thankfully John Mladnick from like from not Copperhead, from Cobalt and Gigabyte or Megabyte or whichever byte you want to call it, was there testing, and he had a set of batteries that he had. He had extra set of batteries that he put in cobalt and fit perfect inside magnitude and fixed our, just our temperature and our battery current sourcing problem. So we swapped those in, um, and we went into the second fight. The second fight, was a lot more dramatic. Unfortunately, right off the get go, one of our wedgelets got rotated underneath the robot. So we were kind of crab walking for a good chunk of the fight. At some point, like we got a little bit better mobility, but at that point, the plan was just to stay as aggressive as possible, crank the weapon up to 100, and just stay pointed at him. Alex did a phenomenal job of driving and really was giving us the business. But even despite that, Magnitude kept going. We didn't get any irreparable damage. At the end of that fight, they hit us right on a back wheel that broke, and we broke our beater. So we were upside down. They were, the opposite of when they got yeeted up to the ceiling versus what's the guy that everybody loves? Riptide. The Riptide. So that wasn't ideal, but other than that, we have another beater. Actually, here's a prototype for a new single tooth beater that we'll have for our next proving grounds fight that's coming up. And yeah, so when it's all said and done, no major changes are required. Just little tweaks of the dial that we're working on, and be ready to go again.
Oh heck yeah. Yeah, awesome stuff to hear. And like one, yeah, because I think it's awesome that you got to go up against Hypershock, even if we weren't able to see Vertigo at the moment. Because like I think it's really good experience, especially when bringing in a robot like Magnitude to get to go up against like a lot of these high tier robots. Because like I imagine like if you were to get into Battlebots and they do the fight night thing once again, you'd almost certainly draw like at least two big names in Battlebots during your regular season schedule. And so I think getting to go up
Yeah.
against Hypershock is a really good thing. It gave them an opportunity to test out a couple small tweaks and upgrades they made for Hypershock. So, yeah, and then not to mention, like you're winning parts of those fights too, which was obviously awesome to see. And
Part of one of the changes we're going to make too is separating drive and weapon, because I was kind of controlling both, and there's so much weight in our weapon, and it spins so fast that it's really gyro happy. So just separating that control, like just about everybody does it these days, it will really allow me to just focus on driving and not worry about the weapon. So my kid just found out I was home. So yeah, we will. We'll make a we'll make a few changes to the robot. We'll make a few changes to the robot for the next one, and yeah, but we scared him a little bit.
oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely. And
Love you. Can you go find mommy?
but yeah, we got two pretty awesome fights from Magnitude in this one. And do you think we'll end up seeing hyper or seeing Magnitude again in Proving Grounds prior to the next season?
Yes, I guess I can give you the exclusive. We have our next fight already lined up. It's going to be a battle of two Titan robots, both from Colorado. Can you guess who it is?
Ooh, oh crap, who is it? Uh, because
Fight will be on a Tuesday.
I remember talking with Parks about this because he was mentioning that they were going to do an event. He and the rest of the RDC team, some of them are going to do an event in Missouri.
Oh, it has to. It rhymes with what do you eat on Tuesdays?
I have no, I'm not following it.
Hispanic food comes in a hard, crunchy shell.
Oh, you're gonna fight Taco Tuesday, aren't you?
We're fighting Taco
Oh my
Tuesday.
gosh.
So we've decided that the
Yo,
Colorado robots should fight one another, and the loser has to move to Arkansas.
actually?
Not really, but I mean, not the Arkansas part. But we are going to fight. It's March end of March, March 3rd, March something or other. Checking March 23rd, 24th.
Hey, that's the day after my birthday. My
Hot
birthday's on
off
the
the presses,
22nd.
another Proving Grounds fight.
Heck, that's awesome. Taco Tuesday definitely showed a little bit of potential, and they fought Disarray as well. So it'll be exciting getting to see both those robots in the arena. So it should be very exciting.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be as well, and yeah, I'll be excited to see. Because are you bringing that magnitude frame once again, or do you have a new built up magnitude you're planning to bring for that one?
So we have two magnitude frames. Um, we are making a few changes that will require some new parts. So we're putting some magnets on the robot, and we're stuffing those in the side armor. So we have some new side armors that'll have magnets in them, and we're going to have a new single tooth
Ooh.
drum that weighs about 55 pounds, and then what else? We might spin it faster. I might get some new weapon motors to go to up to 250, but I don't know. I'm not 100% positive that's necessary, but if I'm feeling spunky, we might. But the frame as is fine. All we need to do is new wheels on, and it's ready to go. Well, new wheels, new weapon, and it's ready to go.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, then my next question will be, basically we've seen a lot of different robots at Proving Grounds, and we know that Battlebots is a very limited number of spots in the field. There's the 50 main robots in the field, and then there's like the 5 to 10 alternate robots that will end up coming to Battlebots. What do you think kind of makes your robot really stand out from from the rest of that crowd, and why your robot should be
Yeah,
really deserving of a spot?
so, excellent question. I think one of the things that personally, like, I enjoy just as much about the robots and the destruction and the engineering aspect of it is also the teams themselves. Like every team is very unique. Like if you were to say like weird, wacky, fun, bright colors, I'm thinking Hypershock, or if you think ultra competitive, I'm kind of thinking in game, maybe Minotaur. So I do think that one of the things that sets us apart and makes us unique is just the team itself. We as a group of builders, like none of us are engineers. I own a pet store. I'm a dad. As far as like captains go, which is a totally meaningless title, by the way. That doesn't mean squat. Like I'm probably the dumbest captain there is. I'm not an engineer. But all of us together, when our powers combined, it's Captain Planet style, and we can spit out a really cool robot that's based on experience and what we know works over years and years and years of doing it. So I think that for us, it's the team that makes things a lot of fun, and really sets us apart, as well as the durability of the robot. My favorite fights are fights that go the 3 minutes, and it's a 3 minute back and forth just slugfest. I mean, everybody obviously loves the hits that send robots to the ceiling, or the one hit explosion fights. Like those are fine, and there's a place for those. But I think the one that really gets everybody's engine going is the 3 minute just slugfests. Think like Al, Blacksmith, and Minotaur. That fight has a bajillion views. That was just 3 minutes of two robots kicking the crap out of one another, and that was so much fun to watch. So that's where we're going to hang our hat. Is just that we're fun, unique, and different, and entertaining as a team, and our robot can take punches and give punches for 3 minutes.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, it's pretty well said. Not to mention, I think you got a lot of big experience out of the fact that you did end up fighting Hypershock. Because, like, I always enjoy seeing like new robots going up against lots of the veteran robots, just because it's great experience for the new robots. Like seeing you guys go up against Hypershock, the Doom team went up against Gigabyte, Disarray fought Jackpot. Yeah, Doom and Apex both fought Slammo and so on, and it's always awesome
Yeah,
stuff to see, and a good opportunity for the veteran teams to test out upgrades. So,
absolutely. I mean, I've been doing this for, knocking on the door, well, not 20 years, probably like 16, 17 years. But every robot's new, and you can take what you learn and put that into a new robot. But that robot is something totally different than what you've had experience with in the past, and exactly what you just said. It's You have to put it through the fire and see what it's got. So that's why ultimately we're like, sure, we'll go against Hypershock. Let's measure against one of the best that there is and see what we got. And we came out looking pretty good.
oh yeah, absolutely. Alrighty then. So, the next question will basically be, what design challenge do you think is kind of most important to kind of overcome within Magnitude in order to get the robot to the next level?
The next design. I mean, it's perfect as it is. There's doesn't need a damn thing. There is a few weak spots. Like we had some forks on the back. Like the butt forks were kind of like a fun design element that we took from Yahoo, the 30-pound robot. But the mount for the butt forks was woefully undersized. So in the second fight, when Alex just even tickled those with a weapon, they went bye bye. So if we want any sort of ground game from the rear, we'll have to get that better significantly. But we're thinking about doing like a droopy and taking off the butt forks and just putting like a UHMW butt in the back. So that could be a huge design upgrade if our robot has a butt. I don't think any other BattleBot has a butt on it. But other than that, we need to fiddle with our front forks a little bit. Obviously, a weapon that doesn't crack would be swell. Perhaps faster weapon motor, two drivers, magnets, different wheels. That kind of rounds out the upgrades that we have on the agenda.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pretty well said. So, then next question will basically be, kind of like, what are kind of your opinions on Proving Grounds just in general? Basically, like, did you like Proving Grounds? Do you not like it? So on, and why?
And if you or the viewers can hear my children screaming in the background, I apologize. Parent
It's
life.
okay.
There's your birth control if you don't have any kids. Um, Proving grounds is interesting. There's two sides to that coin, and it's kind of crummy that you have to kind of pay to play. But if you eliminate any financial any bit of the financial aspect of it, and you kind of distill down why do we build expensive death toys, like financially speaking, it's stupid. There's no gentle way to say that other than it's stupid. Um, but we do it for the challenge, and we do it because it's fun. Like a big reason that I built Magnitude was because my 5-year-old son asked me to. Um, and it's just fun. So if you go back to why do we do it, the fun of it, Proving Grounds gives robots that just want to go have fun a place to do that, because I absolutely cannot spin up the robot in my driveway and me and Taco Tuesday, have a once around in the driveway. That's just ridiculous. But for the cost of going down to Vegas and having a good weekend with your friends, you could throw your robot in the arena and see how that shakes out. So on that aspect, like I really like it, but you can't totally ignore the financial aspect of it. But it's just one of those things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've told like every single team. this thing in every single interview we've done so far. Like, yeah, obviously I like Proving Grounds as well because like I think it's yeah, this is the first time Battlebots has done this, and I think it's a great opportunity for like new teams or veteran teams bringing new robots to get some great experience and find out what are the flukes that they need to work through with
Yeah,
those designs. And then, not to mention, I mentioned veteran teams bringing their robots to test out upgrades, which I think has been a great thing. And yeah, obviously, I think my one downside of it kind of goes along with what you've said, because like it's yeah, because I know David Small mentioned like it's pretty easy for him to bring Banshee down to Proving Grounds just because he doesn't live terribly far from Vegas. But
yeah,
then it's a lot harder, especially for teams like Bloodsport and maybe even Hypershock as well, to get to get an entire robot down there. Not to mention international teams as well, because I'm sure there are a few international teams who would definitely be interested in coming down to Proving Grounds, but then obviously it's really expensive to ship a robot down there, and I'm sure plane tickets are
oh yeah,
very expensive too. So,
yep.
but
But
yeah,
again, if you eliminate that, you were just asked like, why are you doing this? It's for fun. So do you wrap all of that expense into like, let's just use Hypershock for an example. Like him and his team, they're all friends. They all went to Vegas for a weekend. They fought some robots. They did Vegas fun things, and it was a vacation. So it's different for every person. But you're absolutely right as well. But everybody does it for their own reasons, though. So the net the net result is that me, just like you, I'm a fan of this nerdy awesomeness. This is excellent. It's the smart addition of a redneck demolition derby. So it's a ton of fun to watch, and if we get more redneck demolition derby robots out of it, then that's awesome.
yeah, I'm hoping to eventually get more involved with the sport after I graduate college this spring. Obviously, you see, I'm a part collector by what's there in the background, but eventually, eventually see about maybe making my own robot. I don't know if I'll start with a heavyweight necessarily, but I
Mm,
definitely hope to
12,
get more
12 or
involved.
30 pound, 12 or 30 pound, where it's at.
Yeah,
Start
yeah.
there, work your way up.
I built an ant weight once for a club thing down here at Iowa State, which was a lot of fun because we held our own little competition during the COVID semesters because we were originally going to bring a 30-pound robot to I think it was Robo Brawl we were attempting to go to, but then COVID canceled everything, so that didn't happen.
COVID,
So we held our own little 1 pound fighting robot competition within the club. It was great.
nice. If you bug me about it, let me continue to bug me. I will. I'll send you a part for your shelf there.
Ooh.
We got some
Oh.
scrapnel that needs a good home.
Oh, absolutely. I would totally do something like I would totally be up for something like that. And I imagine if Lars sees this video, you might see him in your DMs.
Yes, yes, definitely. We'll
But yeah.
trade Lars with kidney or something.
Nothing against Lars. Lars is awesome.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just
He's the bot collect
did
he's the
you?
bot part
Whew,
collector king, so
what is that like? Let me ask you a question. We'll flip the. What do you think it's like when Lars has like a date when he's like, "Hey, come back to my place. Let's watch a movie." When the girl walks in, she's like, "Holy moly!" What do you think she thinks? What's going through his date's mind?
the one thing that really comes to mind is what did I just get myself into?
I would agree with that one.
I'll literally tag Lars about this later and ask him about that.
I think it could go either way. She could be like, "This is awesome," or "This is really creepy." And she thinks it's creepy, then she's not the one. Obviously, she needs to
Yeah,
find the girl that's like, that's what trips her trigger. And she's like, "I'm having your baby."
yeah. I'm not certain if I'm saying my answer exactly necessarily a good or a bad way, but I think it'd be great. I think it'd be awesome regardless.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think that's all the questions I have. So, is there anything else you'd like to share about magnitude or anything else like that? Or actually, now that I think about it,
Um,
I might as well just ask you Zaza's typical question that he usually asks. Since Zaza's obviously not here, he's at Destructathon right now, but he usually asks for the people that are kind of looking to get more involved in the sport. What are kind of some inspiring words that you kind of have for people like them?
do it. You know, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not an engineer. I didn't go to college for engineering. I'm an electrician by trade, and I own a pet store. What like where does robotics come into play in that equation? The answer is it doesn't. But you know, fun fact, like I found out about Battlebots when I was like a junior high school, and I saw it in a highlights catalog. If everybody remembers those, and I did RC cars, and like you know, of course, as a probably a I don't know, maybe a 13 or 14-year old, the idea of RC cars fighting one another with saws and hammers and all of that stuff is just like I need that in my life, and I just did it with the help of like my uncles and whatnot. I started to do it, and I have lots of amazing friends that I've met over the years, like friends that you know will be in my wedding. You know, if I ever get married, you know, again, like have a wedding ceremony, like people from the robot world will are involved in my life, and that's the best aspect of it. So, if you just get started, if you get involved in the local community, like you will get better if you like it and you want to do more of it. There's so many people in the community that will support you and help you and get you to a point where you're advancing and getting better. And then you're winning local events and you're going to build bigger robots and you start to travel. And then you're like, 5-year old is like, "Hey, Dad, let's do a robot." I'm like, "Okay, son, you know, you'll get there eventually." But it all starts with getting started. So just get started and you know plug into the community. And you'll do fine.
Pretty well said. So yeah, then back to what I was gonna say. Then anything else you want to share about magnitude?
Um, all the robot stuff everybody knows. It's we don't have any secrets with the robot. Eventually, we will get to around to posting like a recap video of the event, but the robot is beautiful in its simplicity, and there's really not a whole lot necessarily to say. Um, but I do want to shine the light on like my teammates, like Chris and Lindsay and Micah and Kyle and Luke and Pete and Alex and Alec and just everybody and other Luke. Trying to think, Lisa, Alex wife, everybody that helps out. My wife for watching the kids, my kids. Just you get to this point when you're building a heavyweight robot, it's all about the support. And Ashley, almost forgot her. Bonehead move there. Um, it's about the people that you surround yourself with to help you because there's so many moving pieces. You know, you got an Adam, of course, Adam. You know, you're working on the CAD, and everybody kind of has feedback on design changes that we make. You know, we're sourcing China. We had a ton of difficulties in dealing with China on this particular build, which was a nightmare. The logistics of hotels, getting parts to come in. So there's so many moving pieces, and it's impossible to do by myself or by any captain. You know, maybe not any captain, but it's so hard to do it by yourself. So if you have a solid team around you, which we at Team Magnitude have the best team, then it's a lot of fun, which is the why we do it. And it's just a blast to hang around people and go have fun. And, you know, my team is awesome. And that's why.
Oh yeah, pretty well said. So yeah, if that's all you have left to talk about, then we can go ahead and close out this video. So,
Yeah, and
thanks.
I would say just to end, you know, go. We have social medias. So if you're interested in the team, you want to really kind of keep up with what we have going on, go to like our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram, we have a YouTube page. Subscribe and follow and like the. We don't do TikTok or Insta or Twitter. We're not that cool. We're all kind of balding and chubby, so that's beyond our realm. But Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube we can do, and follow us.
Yep, I'll link all those in the description for you all to for you all to check out, and I'll subscribe to your YouTube channel as well because I don't think I've done that. So, but yeah, thanks to everybody for tuning in to this thing. Obviously, be sure to check out all the social media pages for Magnitude. If you want more info about that robot. Thanks to Chad for coming to this and discussing Magnitude with me. Obviously, this was another really fun interview, and I think we got to a lot of really good topics. So, good luck with the Travis Tuesday match in March, even though that's a little ways away, but I'm sure it will come. I'm sure it'll come a lot quicker than what either of us will expect. So,
Absolutely. Thanks so much for the opportunity to come on.
oh
Thanks
yeah,
everybody for watching. Support us. Go Team Magnitude.
oh yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming to this, obviously, because the most fun podcasts I've done throughout my time as a podcaster basically has just been being able to talk with the builders about their robots or their matches. And it's always a really fun time. It's what really keeps me going in this. So,
Awesome. Well, and like I said, make sure to bug me for some scrapnel.
oh,
You'll
for
give it a
sure,
good home.
for sure. So, thanks for watching once again, and I will see you all next time.